walk into trade this morning, the world is looking different. From concerns which were centered around war, geopolitical crisis, escalation in crude, fear of spike in volatility, well, for the moment they are on a backseat. It appears, according to the US President, there is a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Now, there is no official confirmation which has come, which will just make this this comment or this statement from US President Donald Trump more like an endorsement. But looking at the way our financial markets have reacted and how historically some of these ceasefire patterns have moved, it appears that we have a solution now. Immediate impact: crude has come tumbling down, equities globally have jumped up, and there is a spring in the stride for the bulls who up until now needed a trigger to see the Nifty go past 25,200. So today is the day when will Nifty, after a gap up start, built on the early morning gains and go or dash beyond 5,200. It is a smart gap up start, which is what I must first flag off. The small cap index yesterday was already in the green, so I don't think there are concerns centered around that. But yeah, the small cap index yesterday was already in the green. You may see a nick off in some of the defense stocks. You may definitely see uptick in crude sensitives. So I mean, the first go to space is that you buy aviation, then you buy crude sensitives, you sell on oil exploration companies, but you definitely go to oil marketing companies. So HPCL 4% higher, BPCL 3% higher on expected lines. So it's a good start. The breadth is yo-yo, 16:1. This is almost like a picture perfect scenario. I mean, for the bulls, it's definitely a spring in the stride when you see this kind of a market combination. For every one stock which is going down, 19 stocks are going up. So almost like early morning party, man. I mean, it's like early Diwali for Indian markets suddenly. 20, look at the breadth. I think that is the most talking point. And the Sensex also now is above 52,200. So there you go, the breakout which we have been waiting for. Today could be the day.
It's right, because it's a cheer all across. Adani Ports, that is leading it from the front. Shriram Finance, Geo Finance, Adani Enterprise, these are your top movers on the Nifty 50 side. And taking cues from the lower crude oil prices, it's not just the OMCs, case in point being HPCL, BPCL, that are anyway higher by around 3 to 4%. It's Asian Paints, Ultratech Cement that are also inching higher with almost 2% of gain as we speak right now. Select auto counters like M&M, they are doing well, and Hindalco is seen to be continuing its uptrend with 1.5% of gain. Indigo too is seen to be flying high with 4% of a jump coming in, and what I see is select specialty chemical plays are also bucking up the trend. What's not doing well is KPI Technologies, like we flagged off. There's a cautious commentary coming in from the management where they're also highlighting that the new deal wins are seen to be at a slower pace right now. The stock is down more than 4% as we speak right now. On the back of the boil in the crude oil is seen to be reversing a bit. The crude oil movement is seen to make a U-turn. It's ONGC that is down over 2%. Biocon, a bit of a profit booking kicking in, and some of these defensive counters, they were doing pretty well, like HAL must count off a bit of a profit booking in these counters as well as we speak. Just 3 counters on the Nifty 50 side that are having the shade of red: NTPC, ONGC, BEL, but otherwise it's a green day across, and the screen is looking quite cheerful as we speak right now. But Kunal, finally that consolidation period is over, but what do you make of the gap up, and what are your first trade ideas?
Yeah, it's a very good gap up for the index. Now what matters is that how much, with the index build, and more than the indices, I think whether we see the stocks and the sector patterns breaking out into a trend. So I think that's going to be the important hallmark for the market internals, and that would determine that whether we are looking at a further uptrend or not. Trend is something which managed to break out over the last couple of days, and that's a stock which I would look to trade in the open.
Okay, so trend looking good to Kunal. Rudra, what about you? Where are you placing your first trades for